What is up? Workbringer here, and today I'm bringing you my very first The Other Side plus 15 on the road to Keystone Master, plus 15 timing all the dungeons. So this video is titled something along the lines of, so anyway, I started kiting. And now I've talked about kiting a little bit. As a prop paladin, if you're at gear, you don't need to kite all that much. However, in this particular dungeon, The Other Side, there's a couple things at play that really force you to kite. And I'll talk about them here. So, very unfortunate in this pull is that we gather everything up, double pull it together, we lust, we wild spirits, and I try very hard to keep everything in the wild spirits. And if you do that, you have a 17k hunter and also a 12k warrior. Very unfortunate, however, is we got that big spinning circle, which is like a terrible AoE damage, on top of like 8 tornadoes, so we had to pull it out. On top of that, there's also Lotus, so it's pretty tricky to try to keep everyone in it, though I would consider that successful, no deaths, and we melted that pretty confidently. Everyone should be nice and warmed up, gets the blood flowing, right? Big pull, big heal, big deeps, feels good. Now, what we're going to enter here is one of my first you must kite or you will die moments. So I'm going to CC this raptor. People have told me, because I've done a bunch of the other sides, they're like, this is slow. Big brain DPS have told me, oh, you know, if you CC the raptor, this is slower than just killing it. And I'm like, thanks for that. That's amazing. Are you like casting the MDI? That is incredible insight. Really, it's slower if I CC them. I was like, okay, cool. Cool. Look at this pull. Look at this pull. I have to, with the group, completely keep this Death Speaker locked down. If Shadow Core or anything from the Death Speaker comes out, I am dead. On top of that, there's like 50 raptors chasing me. And I need to kite, and in this case, keep the Inspired, because no one re-CC'd it, keep the Inspired away from the Death Speaker. If that raptor gets anywhere near the Death Speaker, I'm going to die because you can't kick them. Now, there was some great utility happening there. Binding Shot, Ursul's probably, and, you know, the issue is, with this route, is that we just popped everything to live that other pack, everything. So that means that this pull, which that is a single pull, that's not a double pull, that's a single pull, you have to kite. You can't, you're probably not going to be able to face tank that many raptors, and in this case, Inspiring, go ahead and CC, you know, the raptor that you're not going to burn down before Death Speaker casts like 3 or 4 times on the tank. Go ahead and CC that. Tell the DPS to just say shh. You say shh to the DPS. You want to call the route? Go ahead and pick up a shield or 2 glaives and tank and make your own route. DPS, I don't need to hear it slower. I know it's slower. But you know what's really slow? Dying to a pretty bad trash pack because we cannot kick Shadow Core. You can't kick Shadow Core. That is a must CC pack. And on top of that, we're not melting it uber fast because there's no cooldowns. So be quiet, DPS. Be quiet. So we're getting into another little bit of a tricksy pull that I do here. I want to go in full health. Okay, people just mongo into it. Let me get to full health. Look at my health. I was like 50% health running into that. Look how quick those raptors kill me. But we got this joke over here. So this gets most of the raptors still staying in wild spirits while they're just too confused to figure out where I went. And luckily I didn't get tornadoed off the side because that can happen. Let me just say that much. So you've seen 2 kiting kind of pulls there. And I would say the first one, or the second pull, right, is that we just don't have any cooldowns. And we don't really want to waste SLT. I'm the only one dying, and it's why from a DPS perspective, they're like, why is this tank such a scaredy cat? Why are you CCing this mob? Like, I've never died to this trash. It's because they don't, that's because the Death Speaker doesn't target DPS. With Shadow Core, they target me. I'm the one that dies. All the DPS is like, wow, what a noob here. You afraid of these trash? I'm like, yes! Yes, I am. This fortified 15 shadow core is like 60% of my health. And there's these raptors, man. Like, you don't know. You do not know. So these are, these by definition you need to kite. Okay, they enrage. We have 2 soothes and they're both down. It kind of doesn't matter though. It still hurts. Like, look at this is Shield of the Righteous. In cons, I'm out of here. I probably got hit in the back, but I'm like, you know what? There's a reason I talent 2 Divine Steeds, and let me tell you what dungeon I talent for 2 Divine Steeds. It's the other side 15. Now Tyrannical 15, I might do like a 16 Tyrannical DOS. I'm like, that one, the trash isn't so bad, right? By definition. But 15, you're a DPS and you're questioning how this is being played right now and how the other side works. Now this is they added another 2 minutes to the timer. The other aspect is if you don't do some of these spicy double, triple pulls that I'm gonna do later on, you will not time. So you have to do these double pulls. I'm hauling it. I'm a paladin. I'm the first person on the scene here. I'm hauling butt. You need to fly when we get to Ardenweald. And Ardenweald is where like the real kiting happens. And I'll show you. You'll see. Look forward to the waterfall kiting, which is what I wanted to name this video. But I think that's not as accessible that just generally I'm doing a lot of kiting. That's relevant to all tanks. This waterfall kiting, let me know in the comments when we get to it if you've ever seen this before or you're doing it or you're gonna start doing it. Now the other side, they added 2 minutes to the timer since recording this. So it's gonna be like a little bit easier, though I'm still, every time I run up into other side, it's gonna look a lot like this. An awful lot. You know, and I'm not mad at this patrol being soloed out here because people are low health. We did not kill those they're not sons of Hakar, whatever. We didn't kill those other people fast enough, so they turned into Hakars, and I'm like, let's just, you know, let's reset here. Let's all get to full health. Let's just kill this kill this one patrol here, because doing it with the next pack, it requires coordination, and it's a bit melee heavy with the warrior and the rogue here. And when Blade Storm goes off, or whatever it's called, you know, obviously the melee kind of have to chill out. So it's nice to do this. So the issue is when, like, say there's like the, that Hexer is in the middle of the Deathwalker when they're doing Blade Storm. That's bad. I have a kick, there's a hunter kick, right? But we just don't have our melee kicks with us. So it's kind of nice to keep these packs separate. It's okay. Now MDI strats, it's more for a demon hunter than it is for me, unfortunately. Is you can kind of kill the first pack and then pull all 3 LOS and then Sigil of Chains them all together and then do the pot and then, like, you know, combust. But not in a pug, and like I said, combust. We don't have a fire mage. We do have a hunter, like Wild Spirits plus combust. That can do it. At the minimum, you could double pull this. You gotta be quick though, because these devoteds are gonna go off. You could also pull the backpack if you have constant interrupt, like Typhoon those. Like, you have to delay them. Those can't turn into Hakars, right? That can happen. But we're playing safe strat here. 15, we're not that pressed for time in that here we don't have to make up time. However, at the higher keys, as DPS kind of caps, you kind of know like what max DPS is going to be. Like, there's no more gear to acquire. I think this is a double pull. This pack and the next pack on my Demon Hunter, and with a Fire Mage and a Marks Hunter, and we burn that pack and the next pack together. But it requires a lot of coordination because you have to keep you need to cap totem, Typhoon, you need to stun those other ones until we round them up, right? And then so you would do this and the other pack with big stuns, and you AoE stuns because there's 3, and then you would do the pot and do them all together. That would save like a minute, right? And a minute's good. A minute is very helpful in this dungeon, especially. Post nerf, I haven't run it yet, timer nerf, but Healing Wave's gonna go off because of the Inspired. I see. Yeah, so on Inspired, I'm not so sure we're gonna cleave them all down together like that, but maybe Maybe. I was wondering what that full heal was. I was like, wow, who let that go off? Like, what happened? It's because they inspired one. I see. It was a, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, it was. Look at me just face tanking some spirits. That's not the play. Here comes Pride with the priest still up. Ooh, that's bad. That's real bad. Ouch. Let's group them up. Yeah, let's kill them. Let's kill these together. That priest is just sitting there smiting. Okay. Of all the mobs, I think they're hitting. Actually, I'm dying out here. What? Oh, that's the cheat death trinket. Never mind. Okay, cheat death trinket for the win. Tank goes down right now. That's not recoverable. I mean, we're gonna battle res from the druid, but that would be very bad because they're probably gonna immediately go on the tank or the hunter, depending on who's got top threat. Probably the hunter has top threat after me, and they're gonna die. They're gonna be dead. Oh, who boasted me? Oh, this is a disaster out here. Oh my god. I didn't remember how bad this was. I was just making this video about kiting, but it's really just about surviving. Oh, I had a flash heal. Ooh. Oh, that's bad. Oh, that was really bad. That was really bad, but we're all alive. There's the warrior. Let's get him. We're gonna go do Hakar now. Hakar is a DPS check. There are some like good coordinated strats that I've seen again from MDI. I just want to level everybody out here because that's probably not necessary because there's not a lot of damage in this first phase, but I don't know. For this fight, I don't know what it is about it. I was like, I want to go in full health, like just so that we can concentrate. I know that was probably like a bit of lost DPS. It is. I don't know. Something about me, again, Paladin healer tank was like, let's just get up. Let's start this thing off on the right foot. That being said, this Resto Druid with Pride up can just spam regrowth as much as they need to. I mean, I think there's a cooldown. I haven't played Resto in this expansion, but you know, if you have like infinite mana and you're saving Innervate and whatnot, it's like you can just spam AoE heals on the Druid. It's gonna be okay. So, there's not much to say about Hakar here. We're melting, right? It's fortified, it's easy. But if the group was on voice comms, oh, someone dead? No, not yet. Is that we would all go up on the platform together, and you would spawn that blood circle and kill the Hakars, son of Hakars, on the platform, and then come down. In that case, I kind of kept him half up there, like kind of up there, and then I came down. It's fine. Like, we're doing the DPS. We did get a bubble phase, and there's a lot of Son of Hakars left, but single-digit Hakar, you won. You did it, right? So, good damage from everybody. Lovely. Bit of a rough Hakar wing. That wing on Inspiring is nasty. And, all the affixes are kind of nasty. I guess that's the idea. I would say the Spiteful is one of the easiest ones. Just because, like, as long as people know how to CC it, like, it's not that, it's avoidable damage, you know what I mean? It's avoidable damage. Versus Bursting, which is this week, is terrible. It's unavoidable. Is someone dead? What was that? What just happened there? Bursting is unavoidable damage, and Sanguine's also pretty free, and the Hakar wing is kind of not the best. But Spiteful is 100% avoidable damage, and you don't have to kill the Spites always, and they do die on their own. So, I don't know. Inspiring is... We probably just should have CC'd that one, maybe. It's really questionable. Now, when you see my Theater of Pain, which is literally my Theater of Pain run, I'll comment a little bit differently about Inspiring. But in DOS... I don't know, it makes some of them really bad. Because again, Inspiring is the worst if there's casters, right? And like, it's like, oh, it's faster to just melt them all together. True, if you melt them all together. You know what's not faster? Not killing the Inspired first and letting the Hexer get a full healing wave off, which again, takes them to full health. You just killed that mob twice versus CCing it, killing the others, and then killing it. It's pretty much equivalent. But one's more griefing and like feels worse. Like, it feels really bad to see the mob go from 20% health to 100, right? So I have my thoughts. I'm not really sure. So my thought here is to pull everything. Even the headless clients, to be honest, but I didn't get the... You can pull the headless clients too. We have the CC. Right, those just blow up. That one's inspired, and you just face tank this stuff. There's nothing to do here. So we could pull all the headless clients. I suppose the only thing that's bad is that one of them is inspired, so you couldn't like cap totem, so it would be a little spicy. You would have had to target down the headless client, which I didn't mark. But if you want to pull this entire section together, you kill this inspired one, and then the ones in the back, you just have Typhoon, Ursals, Binding. You just keep them back there and let the range do what they do. Now, we don't have a Fire Mage Marksman, which is like the meta. So we're a little low on AoE range DPS. So it's probably good that I didn't pull it as well, but a lot of the times I'm just pulling this whole thing together. And it's like, you guys either utility or you don't utility. So it's probably good that we didn't, because again, Rogue, Warrior, me, we're a little bit useless. The only person who's going to be able to put like actual DPS into this as soon as they go off is of course the Hunter, right? Warrior and Rogue dying, me running, you know, Warrior dying, right? So it's like, you know, they got that little burst in, but now this is the Hunter. It's like, Hunter, this is your job. Hopefully they stayed in Wild Spirits long enough to have some damage, but like literally I can just keep aggro. I can't mix it up. So look at the damage, look at the damage chart. All the melee is just like getting my cooldowns back. I'm gonna Divine Steed into a tornado, right? So if we had a mage or a boomkin or you know, someone who could do a little bit more ranged AoE, that pull is safer to do together, but we didn't do that here. So that's probably better because the melee comp. Maybe that's what I was thinking. Ouch. Ooh, took some damage there. Just generating holy power. We're back up on him here. I think we 3-phase this boss, or 2-phase him, unfortunately. Like, he goes off again. I don't want to burn it. Ooh, oh boy. I don't want to burn any defense. Oh, looks like I'm going to have to. Where's the hands? There it is. Yeah, that was a hands moment, right? Lay of Hands is not as good a cooldown as Guardians, because Guardians is mitigation, right? So like, if you're dying to damage and you lay on hands, as soon as that damage ticks again, you're dead. Versus Guardians, it's like, you know, you'll live longer. You know what I mean? Like, Guardians is a stronger, much stronger cooldown. So I consider Lay of Hands like a minor cooldown. But you do have to be very careful because it's a forbearance ability. So you're not divine shielding and you're not bopping after. I don't really bop all that much. It's off my bars because it's such a dangerous spell to use because it drops all aggro. So I really need to drop stacks, essentially necrotic or some sort of bleed, or something has to be like 30 stacks for me to bop myself. I almost never use it. For me, it's oh, I forgot about this. I forgot about this moment. Ooh, that's a big lull. Everyone's giving me the lull here. Let's just not speak of that. Let's not speak of that. And anyway, that's why you're engineering, by the way. Do I elect to pull these together? They look like they want me to. Okay, we're pulling them together. I see. Okay, big kicks coming out here. You need to do the kicks. You need to do the kicks. Let's see how many we let off. Okay, good. Nice. I got 2 in the bank right here. Got a Rebuke and Hodge. Oh, I'm going to take that one. Okay. Okay, self-clean. Rogue gouged. Hodge this one. Okay, I got 1 kick. Oh, we used it. Oh, they're not dead though. Lubricate. Okay, another kick. Self-clean. Someone kicked it. Rogue got it. You can see my kick tracker down there. Okay. You know, we have a Rogue and a Warrior and a prop house. So it's like, okay, we can kick those. But if it's like Mage Boomy, they have the silence. If it's like Mage Boomy Rogue, it's like, that's sketch. But we did it. Let's not speak of me dying to a completely avoidable affix. Or not affix, just don't jump literally on the slime. I don't know what I was thinking. I engineered it. I think like I think I've kind of like somewhat turned off my brain and kind of forgot what that mechanic is as we let off all these go off. Ouch. There's no warlock here. There's no shaman for cap totem. We're just letting these all go. I got a bunch there. I'm just so used to engineering skipping all those that I forgot that if you touch them you die. And a 14 and a 15. Man, I just walked right into it and exploded. That's bad. That's real bad. But anyway, we haven't been kiting much, so, but don't you worry. The kiting is going to commence in the next wing. And in my opinion, you have to do this to time DOS. Even with the 2 minutes added to the timer, I'm still going to do it this way. And even on my Demon Hunter, I'm like, I think I'm still going to do it this way. I'm just going to Infernal Strike instead of Divine Steed. So you'll see. I don't want to spoil it, but I was like, I've been playing the meta tank literally, and it's I get it, but Prot Pal is fine. I think it's over exaggerated, and it's only like at the toppity top, like honestly 23 keys, where like the benefits of Demon Hunter are mandatory. I don't think it's mandatory even at like 20, like, to be absolutely honest. Not that I'm there yet, but you know, we're face rolling 15s here. Like, there's mistakes all, like, look at my 15 series. I thought it was gonna be like this perfect series where I was like, I'm gonna like do this perfect and we're gonna like just time it. No, we're like full party wiping twice and still timing it with 2 minutes left. Like, you know, we got lots of buffer in a 15. Let me say that. There's a lot of room for error in a 15. When you get up to the 20s, it's like, say you did it perfectly and you still triple pulled and you still didn't time it, then you start to look at class inefficiencies. But I don't think we've hit the Prot Paladin wall yet. I really don't. If anything, I feel very classy as a Protection Paladin because everything we do is ranged. I'm like, I'm not going to Infernal Strike on the mob pack. That mob pack's coming to me and they're going to go where I want them to. Versus DH, it's like you can sigil and you can suggest it with your sigils. They take 2 seconds before it's a thing. Prot Paladin, I force with Divine Toll. I will force a 5 caster pack to come to me, right? Just ranged is valuable, you know, so I'm interested. I see Paladin Dan on YouTube doing 20s, doing 19s, and it's like, I don't know. Paladin is the move. We'll see how it scales, I guess, but I don't know. I feel good as a Protection Paladin. That being said, and this is someone who's playing, doing all the 10s right now as a DH. I'm like, I guess. I don't really know. I don't know. I feel pretty good on this character right now. And I have to compare it. Like, it feels good. It feels really good to be a Paladin. You might need that double Divine Steed though out here. Okay, luckily the mechanics are going right here, so there's nothing to comment on. You as a tank, there's nothing to do here other than save your mitigation for Buzzsaw. Buzzsaw comes out from her, you know, Consecrate, Shield the Righteous, anything else you got, cycle it, right? Save Bubble for the absolute end if you need to, like say, like, you know, that bomb went off or something like that. Bubble it, because you could probably finish the boss off if you bubble through with the AoE. Like, there's bombs coming down, but it's all unavoidable. There's that 2 Divine Steed charges putting in work right there, by the way. You need it for the other side and top. Just take the 2 Divine Steeds, conduit for speed. Otherwise, you lose like 5 seconds, 10 seconds every single every single wing transition. You're gonna lose a minute to walking if you don't have 2 Divine Steeds, because you're gonna take so much longer to get to your mount. And I know that from not timing. We don't want to pre-pull this, right? I see the Golem like freaking out. I get it. That's probably the warrior. But I'm like, as soon as we pull, rage is gonna happen off a timer. We need to all be here doing DPS together, okay? So the pull is just sketchier if it's like, oh yep, the hunter's gonna come and oh okay, warrior. Like, it's like if we don't all pull this together, it's worse. It's harder, right? And then maybe more people would have died. We would have lost more time, right? So don't let the ANSI DPS throw off like the good strats here. Go ahead and see that one Raptor on Inspiring, and just let the DPS make their comments about how they didn't do that on their last run. It's like, cool. That's awesome for you. Very cool. Pick up a shield warrior and start prot warrioring that. You go ahead and you eat as a prot warrior 1 shadow core, and then let me know how you want to pull that pack, okay? Prot warrior lol. Shadow core, I'm pretty sure you are 1 shot through shadow core at this key. You are just dead. I'm not even running Holy Block. I have a chance to block, like basically like 30% mitigate all magic spells. I'm not running it because I just need to kite. So you don't kite with a, you try to kite with a Holy Shield, you're dead. You're a dead prop pal. I'll talk about that later as I do my guide on this. But yeah, you dead. You're gonna die. So this one, we pull them all together because we're gonna pot them here. Oh, did we not get the Death Speaker? Oh, rip. Super rip. Oh, so bad. Okay, so the Druid popped the pot a little early, and Disaster has hit, and the Inspiring is stopping us from being able to kick Shadow Core. Here's another Shadow Core for me. Ouch! There we are at 10% health. Single digit health. This is what happens if you don't... Oh my god. Oh my god. This is what happens if you don't CC the Inspiring Shadow Core. Here comes another Shadow Core for me. Oh, that wasn't so bad. Oh no, there it is. Okay. So, oh my god. Oh my, Disaster. Okay, someone binding shot the Inspiring. Please kill the Inspiring. Okay, we can kick it. Get in there and kick it. Kick it. There it is. Okay. Yeah, so Shadow Core and anything the Death Speaker does at me, it's like 60% of my health, right? Must kick. And that's what it looks like. It would be even worse on the other pack if you don't get the pot right and if you don't, you know, CC essentially the Inspiring. So here's an illustration of how sketch this really is. Running Holy Block, I'd be a little bit tankier to magic damage. But again, in these kiting moments, I'd have no holy power. So there's a lot of clutch Word of Glories as a Protection Paladin where you're like 10% health. You're like, oh cool, one Blessed Hammer as I'm running from 50 mobs is like, you know, back to 80% health with Word of Glory. Because Word of Glory is going to heal you based on how much health you're missing. So if you're 10% health, it's like a lay on hands. Especially if you have way too much crit like I do because I cannot get Bis Haste. I will say that crit Word of Glory is like, whoa. Did a Holy Paladin just show up and put lay on hands? Like, what happened? Word of Glory, when you crit, is your whole health bar. It's pretty nice if you're in the 10 to 20 range deep health pool. Like, you are happy to have the Word of Glory. And again, 2 Divine Steeds. Hey, look, I'm just as fast as a Night Fae Resto Druid. That's funny, right? You need the Divine Steed, okay? Let me just say it out here. You need double Divine Steed. You need the Conduit. I'm going to talk about it. On certain dungeons, Spires of Ascension, Sanguine Depths, like the ones where like everything's very straightforward and there's no running, you're good. You're good money. But the other side in Theater Pain, where you're just running, any of the winged dungeons where it's like, oh, we're going to spend half this dungeon running, you need Divine Steed or you're griefing your group because your slow paladin butt is just waiting and you don't have to. We have mobility. It just takes, you have to give up survivability and you have to give up a conduit, which feels bad, but it feels much worse to lose the dungeon to time. Right? This is the dungeon where time matters. So we did a triple pull into a double pull. I would have triple pulled this if the patrol was lucky. It is not lucky, unfortunately. So I'm gonna need another pack after this for Pride. And once the kiting train begins, which welcome to the kiting train, I do not engage another pack. There's another Rune Stag pack back there, but I'm not going to bring in full health ones during this slow march. 40%, 30%, 20%, right? Also, be careful on these kiting trains here that those little magical swirlies actually hurt a lot as I hit one. And watch out for the silence fields because you won't be able to cast, obviously. But, you know, you're not going to be able to get your holy power up. You're not going to be able to heal. You're not going to be able to shield the righteous. I don't know why I Divine Steeded there. I'm not... And then silence field, hooray. So, unfortunately, we are losing time because this pack wasn't up front. I would have been... That pull is, for me, as a Protection Paladin, is normally triple pull into triple pull. That's Pride. Right? So 2 pulls into Pride, unfortunately, is 3. So knowing this, very much knowing this, I have to make up I have to make up time later, right? We are going a little slow at this moment because of this, because of some of the wipes, because of some of the unfortunate healing from the Hexers. It's a little slow. We've not lost much time to running because, again, I'm double Divine Steeding. But because of the RNG of this, of the pathing, I didn't get this pack. With the other one, these are very low damage, so you can take a lot of packs together. So You've seen some kiting where I think it's mandatory and by design of the dungeon. And kiting is enabled not by you being necessarily fast. Kiting is enabled by group utility. Without Binding Shot, without Ursals, there is no kiting. There's just running and dying, right? Kiting means that your group is going to help you until you get to the waterfall, which we're going to get there soon, but we're not there yet. So my route, I've seen a bunch of others that I would consider, is that you take all these birds, not the hatchlings, not the matriarch. You take all these, oh, I forgot about this. And you take the patrol right there. So that's all of them, right? Little sketch, head to bubble. That's fine, that's what bubble's for. That's that, oh crap moment right there. That's the bubble. I heal up and I still have Ardens, okay? So we're not like dead yet. And the kiting train begins. And in this one, oh, we didn't take the Spriggans yet. Okay, let's get these Spriggans. Okay, there's the Cheat Death Trinket. Appreciate you. Now we start kiting. Now, I elect to kite up the hill because there's so many left. If there were less, you just kite around that column like it's PvP and you're a Holy Paladin. You're like, oh, you want to chase me around this column? Okay, like, it's the same thing here. There goes Ursals. There it is. Silence. Okay. So we have recovered and made up some time. That was like, I don't know how many packs that was. A bunch? 4, 5? I don't know. But that's some good time. But we want to be down there at around 10. So, you know, we still have some spice left in this pull. Oh, we're not done. I'm mounting. Like, get ready for my piece de resistance. This is the waterfall kiting section of the run. We are behind what I would hope. We're behind about a minute. We are in a deficit of about a minute. I'd like to be at the boss down there at 10 to feel good about myself. So that's tough, right? That relies on getting that triple to triple pull into Pride. If you are absolutely certain your group can make you can live it, because Divine Shield plus Pain Suppress, Barrier, SLT, whatever, you pull all together. That's crazy though. So here's the waterfall kiting, right? With this matriarch, with that pack there, you jump back down. It's kind of like what I do to the raptors, and they are confused. That's a confused group of mobs right now, and you just Holy Paladin range attack them, right? The other ones are coming back the other way. I think the warrior has slowed them, and that is waterfall kiting, right? It's gonna maybe allow you to drop bird stacks, which I haven't, but we've basically confused them long enough that my damage is livable, right? And you could actually pull bigger than that if you want to, if there's no inspiring. Inspiring is not so good, but again, we're way behind, so I'm gonna pull all this. This is a triple-ish, and look at the cooldowns. Oof, I gotta pull them out of Wild Spirits. There's no staying in for this, okay? So I need to get aggro back on the big boy. There it is. And now, guess where we're going? I have no cooldowns, no Ardens, nothing, no bubble. I don't even have Bop. When did Bop get? I don't even have Bop. You know what you do. There's the binding. Oh, binding broke. You see what I'm waiting for here. Oh, don't turn the back. Don't turn the back. There we go, up to the waterfall. Come with me on this wild journey. There it is. Okay, so I don't do the full waterfall, just the ledge. And they don't know what's up. They don't know how to handle that. I mean, they do, it's just slow. They're just slow about it. Okay, so I don't do the full waterfall kiting there. What's unfortunate is that Pride's all the way up here and we need to run down. So they tell me, they're like, hey, bring Pride down. I was like, y'all sure about that? And then they're like, yeah. I was like, okay. I can do it. It's just, you know, the hunter can move, and you know what, the hunter can move, the druid can move, the rogue can move, but this is usually a bad play to move this much during Pride. But they want to, I get it, right? We want all the Pride up on the boss, and we're behind on time. It's a tough dungeon. It really is. The inspiring makes it especially bad. Fortifies. It's a lot of trash in here, and it's, oh, I died. I think I remember that, but yeah, I died. But it's especially I think this place is possibly easier on Tyrannical as long as everyone knows the boss mechanics. If you do any of the boss mechanics wrong, especially this boss, it's over. On the first boss wipe of the other side, feel free to just leave and be like, thanks for the run, have a great day, great try, and just leave. Because you cannot time Tyrannical if you wipe once on any of these bosses. Maybe with the new timer, but not really. But the boss mechanics are way more unforgiving, but the trash, you just loll through it. It's really nice. Compared to this trash, is very precise, and you have to CC, and it's like, On Tyrannical, you just pull the entire Ardenweald room together. I've heard you can do Ardenweald, okay, probably as a Demon Hunter. You can do it in 2 pulls, which is banana. It's like you do 6 pulls together, 6 packs together. I'm gonna heal in the air. I'm pretty sure. Oh, I tried to save the warrior. Almost got him. We got the battle res instantly. But consider doing the first 6 pulls together if the affix isn't like bursting or something like that. Like it is this week, and you're gonna get pride, and then do all the other ones together after. So you literally do 2 pulls. That's insane. That's insane. I think 3 would be like optimal on like a Tyrannical, where there isn't like a terrible kill all the trash affix kind of thing. Oh, who got the orb? Who got the orb? Yeah. Well, anyway, so so anyway, I started kiting on the other side as a prop pal. We've got 430 to get the boss down. It's not free, but it feels good. 2, not gonna happen. The 3 is very hard. So we did pretty well with time. It can go faster. I've seen this go faster for me at lower keys. I know that's like, oh, because there's less damage, but as I've said, you can get lucky and do 3 packs into Pride. That saves like 30 seconds. And then, with the trash afterwards, that patrol, I kind of did the bird patrol wrong, but you do the bird patrol and the sprigs and the non-matriarch hatchling birds, and you're good. And then you just do the waterfall kiting for that other pack, and that's what it is, And it can go faster, right? So mine was a little slower, and there was a lot of kiting, and the inspired makes it so that like I can't stay in, right? Let's see if I get Soul Crusher. Did I get the first Soul Crusher? I think I did. Listen, here's the thing. Watch, for Soul Crusher, I need to be in Cons and Shield of the Righteous. And any other cool that I got. Let's see if we get this one. Okay, here comes Soul Crusher. Hey. No, that was bad. I don't think I was in Consecration or Shield of the Righteous. Oh, I popped Guardians. Oh, okay, I see. Okay, never mind. I popped Guardians. Oh, that was good. We were out of Guardians, but I was in Shield of the Righteous and Consecration. That's all I can do. If I hit Shift C, which is Divine Shield, runs over, keys depleted. It's all over. Oh, and by the way, I don't know if you noticed, this double Divine Steed, I'm the first person out here. Like, okay, I wasn't in Consecration on that one, but we're good. We're living it. Okay, there's a bit of a dot on me. I've healed this fight. Double Divine Steed, 213 Conduit. Yo, Loki, I'm fast. I'm really fast. Like, these other classes, like, catch up. But what I will say, as I'm kind of preempting my Demon Hunter versus Prop Paladin video that I'm going to make eventually, is that we have to talent for mobility. Demon Hunter does not have the talent for mobility. If a Demon Hunter takes in whatever the first row talent is to get Infernal Strike faster, that's just broken. But they're just immediately very fast, and I have the numbers, and I don't think anyone has to debate that, but they're just stupid fast. And they don't have the talent for it. I have to give up legitimate survivability to be fast, but that survivability, that speed in the other side when you're walking from wing to wing 4 times, 5 times, like a lot, that's timer. That's your timer. So the other side is double Divine Steed Conduit, or you're not timing this. Like, we did pretty well on this run, right? Little bit of bad luck and not the biggest pulls in the world. We did die a bit. I get 5 seconds back if I didn't die to that slime. But look, we have a minute. We have a minute right now. Now, as if you're watching it now, you have 3 minutes here. So they gave you 2 minutes for free. But still, don't don't be the slow prop paladin in the other side. The trash is not, I mean, it is bad, but like the trash is bad, but your slowness is worse. Your slowness as a protection paladin accumulated over an entire the other side run is minutes. It's minutes lost, possibly at least one. I would maybe even argue two. Look how much running happens. Okay, so really consider it. Double Divine Steed and Conduit. Be fast into other side. Don't be that slow paladin here. I don't need this garbage 210 end of dungeon loot. Just disenchant this, or just honestly just put it in the bank and never use it again, but whatever. And this is a dungeon where every tank's kiting. There's no one phase tanking this. I'm pretty sure a prop paladin, maybe a druid. I've heard druid with the right, I'm looking at these footsteps. I'm like, what? I was talking about it. I've heard druid with the right legendary bear tank is very, very tanky, but I've played DH. Not that I'm 220 yet. I'm like 207 on my DH. I'm like, we're not face tanking any of these packs. This is Elysian Decree and you run. And you fiery brand, but you're still gonna run. Proud Paladin, same thing. A lot of kiting here. Check out that waterfall kiting strat. Did you like it? Was that too slow? Because, you know, you have the trash at the top, but wait, we had no cooldown, so that's where I wanted to tank it. And that's how you kite as a protection paladin. Get that consecration down. Blessed Hammer so you can holy power on the run. And double Divine Steed your way to a +15. I'll see you on the next video.